Onivia, League of Legends highlights.
Or Jenkins did have, I think it was in Lock-In where he did have that one game where he was just saying chain dove, if I have that correctly in my head, which was pretty brutal. But he is known for his GP, likes to do some of these more, get it sorted out, get something better in Doug Duo for sure. But this is going to be an exciting one, and you can see already some aggressive plays down on that bottom side. They're trying to push, they're trying to play in their face, and they've actually caught this in.
Ooh, the route directly onto Xerxes, flash away from Palafox. First blood afforded over to IMT, but it continues to go down. Contract though, he ends up returning, and Power of Evil is in dangerous territory. One more click will get the passive up and ready. Snip, snip away, my friend. Contracts takes the double kill.
Oh, Conter. Yep, getting 6 there, using that to actually stay safe was really well played. As you said, unfortunately, he does have to give up a plate. He does have to miss out on this. Should not have a good early buy, and you're just getting Q grass procced over and over. PoE trying to potentially threaten the dive here with Xerxes. They're going to go 4 bot, and they are going to look for this. Poom is not 6 critically.
He won't be able to chomp up his ADC if needed. The cannon barrage comes through from the GP as well. A nice slice. Wild Turtle picking it up onto the Catfish hook line.
Hold up there. A good 1,300, going to be 1,400 once he gets this plate. Over Revenge already.
Yeah, quite the CS advantage. CLG continuing to move as a unit as the bot lanes made their way towards mid. Xerxes, none the wiser, throws out the Crescent Guard for a little bit of sustainability. It ain't enough though. Palafox grabs it.
Almost AP damage from Baron than there are to physical, which kind of gives you that flexibility to threaten these early plays, and it's something that Immortals are going to have to watch out for, albeit not for 10+ minutes.
I love that you mentioned the Diana as well, because when thinking about Contracts, never mind, because Contracts is in the middle of the action right now, ends up blast coning right into the center of Immortals. Palafox can't do anything about it, so Immortals grab that victory. They seem to be very aware, though, that they're in dangerous territory. Luger already down to 400 HP, gets chomped down up with the Devour. Ace in the hole comes through, tanked up. Luger nice and shielded at this point in time. So the rest of IMT, they back away from this, but they do get the tower because of that pressure.
Yep, going to be able to get the tower. The GP ulti does cover on bot side. I'm surprised they haven't started up the Dragon yet, though, because they are spending a lot of time down here on this bottom side. Now Power of Evil maybe gonna get wrapped on, but could get the solo.
Oh, another shockwave. Contracts coming through. Can he punish him for the misdeed of the solo? Needlework coming through. Another snip from him. He does get the return.
It's just gonna be about who can get more from their super fed side of the map.
Like the Diana, being able to execute well. He has a history with AP junglers, Nidalee being one of his favorites in times past. So I think CLG fans are kind of holding on to, hoping, all right, let's see what you can do on this one, especially when you have that start afforded, especially when you have Poom here to go for the answer onto Revenge, who tries to ult away, even use the Ignite, but it's not enough. One down in favor of CL. Continued onslaught from IMT, pressuring this top side.
Yep, just continually playing through that Caitlyn, move the Caitlyn around the map. At this point where, coming up on this 3rd Dragon, they may feel confident to straight up fight for it.
Full lead for CLG. Is it enough when Luger gets knocked up and isolated under this tier 1 in mid? Contracts is
that is just so far ahead. But I'm really looking towards this next Dragon. It is Cloud, which Immortals are probably not super happy about, but
preemptive flash from Destiny here. The cannon barrage route directly onto Xerxes. He has to get out of this as well. Needlework thrown by Contracts, and it's additional zoning because the curtain has been called. Xerxes now on the outskirts of it, but the ultimate still active for Contracts. He gets a pretty good blast through him.
Shockwave's there,
Gonna go ahead and get caught off right here. Xerxes on the attack. Wild Turtle picks one up onto Poom here, but his Contracts and Poom down now for CLG. They lose another. 2 more standing. Luger, you are in a barrel right now. Shots taken by Immortals. 4 down. Still up for him too to try and jump into any of this if needed. The Drake already whittled down to about 40%. CLG keeping the target on it. Cannon barrage. Xerxes rooted in the center. Goes for the objective at hand, and it's secured over by CLG's side. Palafox flashing into the pit, and there's a blast gun for Revenge to get into it as well. Hefty damage onto Contracts, even throwing the ball down from IMT, but it's CLG granting themselves the objective, but losing their jungler afterwards. I think they're okay with that.
Absolutely. That's a big trade for them. That pushes back the Soul so much. Luger, though.
Palafox
nice
stopping down side. Power of Evil gets rooted up, but it doesn't matter. The blast damage too good, so enemy min later out of it. Xerxes throwing around, wants to take down Jenkins. Can he get it? Luger on the outskirts, dishing out the damage as Jin as much as possible. but here it is. Poom on the opposite side to try and help him if needed, but looks like whereas if you're looking at the opposite side for the marksman, Wild Turtle feeling pretty good. 400 bounty on his name. Zertse starting to get pursued, throws it back onto Contracts, and the curtain is called once more. Destiny almost out of the range of it and does get blocked off. Contracts now the subject of the ace in the hole, brings him to a very dangerous place, but the target is on Poom, centered in the fight here. And Jenkins alongside Lune.
Yeah, the smoke's still clearing 4 weeks later. All right, well, Immortal's gonna be able to grab another dragon here. He's get GP to blow his ultimate or to drop his TP. But right back onto it. Once again, they still have the trap line. Power Evil and Destiny are looking for the turn here.
Oh, and they find it a nice lockdown onto Poom. He's going to be taken out of this fight as soon as he...
Jenkins is walking up. There's no GP ulti, but they are getting low here. CLG can definitely fight this.
Oh, Revenge isolated. Luger going for the shots as well, but Zertse, he is low. Contracts throwing out the needlework, goes into stasis. Zertse, even with the pressing guard around him, has to back off of the fight. They managed to take out the enemy jungler. Contracts, his contract ended right now. Revenge, can he get the kill onto Luger? Immediately answered by Jenkins because he was already bot low. Power of Evil in pursuit, ace in the hole, brings Jenkins down to about 300 HP, and Poom has respawned, which means he can come through for that additional level of protection.
Man, Contracts just went way too early on that one. He needed to wait for the rest of his team to actually make that collapse happen. He goes in very, very quick. Now the flash on the wall!
For the wall, the roof, the knock-up, it's good! Wild Turtle bringing the Gale Force back to it, popping that catfish again! And now CLG, what kind of intel he can grab if he wants to make any step up, because Palafox is here as well. Realm Warp activated for a moment, but no, continued pursuit from IMT onto this objective. CLG tries to offset it a bit, but it is secured. IMT grab the Baron. Can they turn it around? A tether attempted onto Palafox, but on the opposite side, they lose Gangplank. Jenkins
has his teleport, so they're going to look to try to grab Soul here as well. Could they be caught out again?
Poom and Luger moving as a unit, use a blast cone to get over. Luger flashing away, and under the protection of his turret is not enough. Devoured by Poom, who can keep him for a little bit of time. Revenge is taking up most of these turret shots, which ends up being his downfall. Contracts, though, also answered. Once again, Tom Kench taken out of it. So Immortals coming out on top with the Baron that they have, with the buff feeling good, taking down turret number 2, and bringing their power across the map.
They're just going to keep on pushing here. Multiple members dead. It's up to GP now, and Jenkins can be caught.
Zertse, he's got his eyes on the prize. Jenkins brought down to 50% of HP. There's not much he can do against this onslaught. Luger, also squishy. Palafox, now on the retreat. And on the side of Immortals, they've just got their eyes on the objectives. They took down that bot inhib. They can take down this mid turret and keep their eyes on the second inhibitor as well. So much clearing duty.
Immortals so far ahead now. It's going to be 7.5k gold here, plus the soul test. You can see PoE now 25 Magi stacks. He is enormous. The waves are coming in mid, stacking up, bot stacking up. GP showed bot, so they're just going to go walk up to the tower, take their third and hit for free.
Ooh, the aggressive push forward from Zertse is followed up nicely, and Poom again taken out, and Contracts even throwing out his ultimate. That stasis will only buy him a little bit of time, hoping that Luger can land some of the curtain call in the process, but none of it will chunk down IMT in the way that they need to. Revenge keeping his eyes over on Palafox, zoning him off completely, whereas IMT want to pressure Jenkins off of this as well. All of the inhibitors down. They can go for the push right now. 4 taken down. Luger only one standing. A fountain can drown you in all of the protection that you desire, but it is not a shield against the power that Immortals have, pulling together a victory and making a statement against CLG.
Immortals absolutely